Hello, everybody. Back again with another episode of 100 whatever VR update. I'm Urban Mask, and the big story since the last time we talked, obviously, OC5. So, waiting for the Oculus Santa Cruz at OC5, you're kind of left out to dry, but that's a good thing because you got the Oculus Quest. That is the big story of OC5. The standalone 4-camera positional tracking walk around in VR, two-hand controllers as opposed to the Oculus Go, no computer console required. For $399 USD, lenses and sensors. It has YouTube VR consumption inside with update to all the Oculus apps. Basically, it's the leap in between an Oculus Go and full VR. But I think it's going to lean a little bit closer to Oculus Go, but with more functionalities. A little bit more robust, because Oculus Go is kind of clunky a little bit. Still a good sell if obviously the prices of the Oculus Go are going to go down. So if you're looking for an entry-level device, it's still a good piece of hardware. But I'm pretty excited about the Quest. I don't know that I'm going to get it because I do have a full gear. I am enticed by the idea of not being tethered, but I want to see what I lose before I jump right in. I got some questions around multiplayer, latency, but also battery life. But I'm excited because my Go experience has been pretty good, but this could be great for casual users. They're trying to incorporate more casual people in by having games like Star Wars VR and retrofitting Borderlands, Fallout VR, Skyrim VR. These names that you're familiar with. Me personally, I want original IP. Make more Lone Echo. Make more Moss. Make more Electronauts, right? Like, let people know to have a different experience, that they're going to have a different experience when they come into VR. Not to expect, these same IPs just ported over to a newer console, right? Or tell the story a different way, like third-person perspective, or who knows, man? But let's just keep the bar high. And not just incorporate old styles. But that's just me. I'm a purist. I want to keep the tech at a very, very high bar and pull people up to my level. That's why I do these videos. And one of the talks at OC5 started out with Zuckerberg talking about getting 1 billion users inside VR. And he said he was only at 1%. Do the math, carry the two. I think it's about 1 million users. I don't really know. That's still a lot of people. But there's still a lot of people very hesitant. So I get it. Gaming brings the casuals in. But one thing you also want to do is bring in the kids, right? You want to get kids immersed, which is kind of what Oculus Quest has done, kind of what Oculus Go is doing, and kind of what like Daydream and Cardboard have done. Like a little entry level, let them feel their way around. Kids kind of take to it. They don't really need much hand holding, to the point to where like, one of the more common things that you hear from kids when they put on VR is that they're scared. They're totally immersed. They cannot distinguish reality versus virtual life, right? This is going to be their medium, to the point to where they hop in and this stuff is real. I'm not talking about jump scares, right? I'm talking about standing on a cliff by yourself looking out on an alien planet. These things are believable to them, and you really need them if you're going to reach the next billion users, right? If you're going to hit like that 1 billion mark, Mr. Zuckerberg. So I think you need to do more courses and hold more labs and have more evangelists preaching your product, kind of like what I found in Atlanta. So I haven't done videos because I've been traveling a lot, but I have gone to Atlanta for a live streaming talk and wind up stumbling upon Atlanta Blockchain Week. So blockchain and VR kind of go hand to hand. So I sat in on a talk, which was really cool, about intellectual property and how the blockchain could help fight that. But one of the things that I was astounded by was Georgia State University's emerging media program, right? I definitely not the place that I would have expected it. And I hope everybody at GSU and in Atlanta is okay with Hurricane Michael. Please stay safe. But Georgia State University has an amazing VR department. From creating content to motion capture to doing exactly what I talked about. They have an open lab where anyone can come in and use VR, whether it's Oculus, PlayStation, or the Vive. You go in, you put it on, you test it out, you play around. They even have like a foot tracking device in there, like so you can like walk around in it. They had a whole bunch of stuff, and the job of the lab was to just let people come in and play. There was no, qualms about it. Come in, feel it out, let us know if you like it. There was some interesting talks around the blockchain week, but the VR and entertainment part of that IP was trying to encourage virtual content and creators like myself, right? I had this conversation at work, right? Am I a VTuber? I'm not quite anime, not quite kawaii, but I guess technically I am a virtual YouTuber. And there are a ton of articles saying that you're seeing a large explosion of virtual YouTubers. Now, there's certain reasons why I can't get into why people do it. I can only get into why I do it. I don't want to put myself on camera, so I use this avatar to do it. And now I'm racing back to get a real version of myself in VR when I could just put myself in. It's just been a fun game and a fun learning lesson. But virtual YouTubers, if I'm going to have an overarching theme to this, virtual YouTubers, potentially kids, are going to be your next billion users, Mr. Zuckerberg. And we have to embrace this trend. I'm just ranting now, so I'm going to just wrap this up and basically say Oculus Medium and Facebook Spaces, right? Oculus Medium, I'm sorry, of having a virtual sculpting contest. They've given you a pumpkin, you know how they do that stuff, and then they want to reward people for being a part of the community. Go to the Oculus Medium page on Facebook, save the 3D image of the sculpt, and then carve away, do whatever, incorporate it into your scene. Devori is an animation software, and they're also doing a contest, which I think is wrapping up soon, but you should join it. They're partnering with Medium, and they want you to create a character in Medium, rig it in Devori, animate it, and then, the best 10 to 20 second animation wins. I plan to submit if I can get more time. But you should definitely do it. Go out, join these groups, be a good VR ambassador, because that's what it's all about. And if you're watching this and you're curious about VR, ask me in the comments, ask me down below, or you could just join one of these Facebook groups where everyone is willing to help, even kids. There are kids in there doing amazing things with VR. I'm kind of sweating through this thing right now. My lens is getting foggy. So that's my wrap signal. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit all the buttons, share, do all the things. And look up. I'm going to link to all these things down below, especially Atlanta Blockchain Week. Professor Elliott, GSU, thank you so much for allowing me into your office. And we will definitely set up time for an interview later. Thanks, guys. Bye.